best ride ever.
Good morning and welcome back to White Mountains Today here on White Mountain TV 16. Joining us in the studio is Greg Keeler from Franconia Franconia Notch State Park.
You got it.
Whichever way you want to combine them up. It's still Greg Keeler one way or another.
And I'm from the Notch.
You're from the Notch.
The Franconia one.
And the other side.
That's right, the other side.
As we say over here. And let's talk. Let's do a quick little thing. Franconia Notch State Park, how'd you do after Hurricane Irene?
We actually fared very well. You know, we consider ourselves pretty lucky. We got probably on the low side of rainfall compared to other places around here, and on the low side of wind. And we came out really virtually unscathed. There was one little section of the basin, if you're familiar with the basin, it's a little pullover and a glacial pothole. One section of that trail washed out and we patched it within a day, and other than that we had no issues. We were back open on Monday at the Flume Gorge, and then took an extra day to just kind of clean up a little bit and opened everything else on Tuesday, and we were fine. Even the Flume Gorge, which obviously packs a bunch of water into a very small space, made out pretty well.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that happens in different parts.
Yeah, we didn't have any issues with the boardwalks or washouts or anything, but we also, the difference there is we have a crew that's there full time. We got a lot of hands on that place, so it's constant maintenance as far as water bars and boardwalks and that type of thing goes. So, but in general, we were pretty lucky. But everything's open, even our campground.
Well, that's awesome. Yep. And of course, now we're entering fall foliage season,
right?
Which is a terrific time to spend in Franconia Notch State Park. Yeah. And one of the things you can do, you were mentioning before about the Discovery Pass. Right.
The Discovery Pass is one pass that'll get you a ride on the aerial tramway and entry into the Flume Gorge, and it'll save you a couple bucks over purchasing them separately. It's $26 for adults, and normal price for each is $14 each.
And the thing is, that's a day's worth of activities. But you can spend a lot of time in the Flume Gorge, as much time or as little time as you want, of course, and then going up Cannon Mountain, and that's always fun in the fall because you never know what you're going to get when you start top to bottom.
It's a different. It certainly be different at the top of Cannon on a daily basis, but. The view this time of year, it's usually pretty clear. The air clears out a little bit. And the good thing with the Discovery Pass is, if you headed over there today, you did the Flume Gorge, you ran out of time, you're planning on coming back for fall foliage, you can use that tram trip anytime for the rest of the season.
Oh, that's terrific.
Up there, so.
And the tram runs till when, usually?
That's going till October 16th. And the Flume Gorge stays open a week later till the 23rd. And they're both open right now every day, 9 to 5, pretty much right through. So we don't close down midweek or anything like that. So
that's great. And then while you're there, of course, you also have the basin. You have also a whole bunch of stuff there in Franconia.
Yeah, Franconia Notch State Park is about 6,800 acres. It's a state park within the national forest. It's kind of unique. But we have everything from Echo Lake Beach at the north. That's exit 34C on I-93. There's Artist Bluff, one of the best hikes in the region as far as easy hike, big payoff. It's like a 15-minute hike. You get to the top of the Notch pretty much, and it's the signature view of the Notch. You see the Notch come down, you see Echo Lake and Cannon Mountain. It's really easy. Thousands of people do it every year. So starting there, we got Artist Bluff, Echo Lake Beach. We have Cannon Mountain Aerial Tramway. Down from that, it's Profile Lake, fly fishing only, beautiful lake. There's an Old Man of the Mountain memorial that's in progress right now. You can go down there and actually, they have these things called profilers. You stand behind them and you look up and it actually puts the old man's face back on the mountain, and granite pavers. It's really beautiful. And then keep going down, you have the basin. That's an awesome place to stop. We have Lafayette Campground. That's 97 wooded sites right there. And that Lafayette Place Campground is really sort of like the hub of where people start hikes from, because you can get up into the Lafayette Range, the Appalachian Trail, you can hook right into that right there, so that's a popular spot for hikers. And then you continue down, you have the Flume Gorge. And then within all of that, we have a bike path too. It's an 8.8 mile bike path.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, it's a great place, and certainly there's enough for a day for sure. I mean, a lot of people,
if not more.
I know a lot of people do the Discovery Pass and pack it into one day, and that is one full day. That's awesome. And then some people, like I said before, break it up, do the Flume today, come back in foliage season, and do the tram.
And plus, also adding that, there are places to eat. So both at the Flume and at Cannon too. So that's nice. So you can either pack a lunch, or if you want to, you can dine at one of the fine establishments.
You can eat at the base of the tram, or you can go up top and eat up top, which is a cool experience too. We have decks, observation decks, and a short hike to an observation tower. Really neat experience if you haven't done that. And it's the highest lift service peak in New Hampshire. So if you want to get up there, you get up to 4,100 feet on a tram. So
and I love getting up to the top of that, because you reach the top and the trees, of course, get smaller and smaller, and then you have the short trees right at the top, because usually you don't have a chance to experience those short trees. The average person doesn't anyway.
The alpine environment definitely changes up there, and you certainly feel like you're above 4,000 feet when you're up there. And even on days when it's cloudy and foggy and misty, the balsams up there are just overwhelming. The smell from them so even on a cloudy day, it's a really cool experience.
And I've gone up many years in the fall, where it's nice at the bottom, and at the top that's snow-packed or ice-packed, and that's great.
We can get some weather this time of year, so you certainly have a chance when you get into fall of getting frost or even some snow at the summit. And foliage happens pretty quick up there.
Yeah.
I mean, we can see the signs of things changing right now, and usually we say towards the end of September, October. Every year is a little bit different, but it certainly happens early on Cannon and in the Notch. So keep an eye on that.
Do they have a forecast for this year, the foliage forecast?
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet. I don't know if it's changed after the storm at all. I don't know if a bunch of water will help it or cause it to go early or later, or what will happen. But the best thing to do is just keep an eye on our website, and we'll kind of update that as we see things change, and certainly get some pictures out there.
And one of the fun things too, when you're going up there and traveling from wherever you're coming from, is almost you can watch the evolution of fall in one day. If you start off, say if you start in the Lakes region, it's green and lush, and you get up to the Notch, and then you're in the middle of full fall.
Right.
And then if you time it just right, you can go up over the Notch, and they're past.
And if you don't get it right, it works in reverse too.
Right.
So you might be a little bit past in Franconia Notch State Park, but a little drive further south, you're still in the White Mountains, and you can still get all of fall too.
Yeah.
So.
That's one of my favorite things.
And we should talk about the roads too, because right now, some regional roads have been impacted, and there's not much easier than driving up Route 93 and getting off we have 3 exits right on the highway. So if you can get to Route 93, you can get to Franconia Notch State Park easily. And we've had a lot of calls from Mount Washington Valley too. Are you open? How do we get there? I heard the roads are closed. And certainly 302 and the Kank are popular ways to get there from here, and those are closed right now. But if you take Route 16 to Gorham and Route 2 and 115, you can do it. It adds about a half an hour, but it's not
a beautiful drive.
It's a beautiful drive. I hadn't done it recently, and going up through Jefferson is really spectacular. It's a different view of Mount Washington, then you get this view on 115 out to the north, and it's really spectacular. So it's not a bad drive. You get to go past Mount Washington, you get to go into Gorham. There's all kinds of places to stop and eat in Gorham too, and then you get a beautiful view and a little unique approach towards Cannon Mountain that you might not normally get. So we encourage people to go for it.
To come on over.
Come on over.
Well, great. Well, Greg, thanks so much for coming down today.
Thanks for having me.
And Greg Keeler from the Franconia Notch State Park.
You got it.
And I got all my parks mixed up.
Yeah, that's fine.
And what's the best way to find out more information?
CannonMT.com. That's Cannon Mountain, but we also cover everything in the park. Or you can go to nhstateparks.org.
All right. And we're going to take a look at the Franconia Notch State Park right now, and then we'll be back with more events and so much more on White Mountains Today.